featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM Radio every Monday nights from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight.
One-on-one with interesting personalities, educational and informative topics and issues, intriguing and entertaining, and must listen to. In the Spotlight, Monday nights from 8 p.m. on Q95.
14 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday, the 6th day of December. We are approaching the end of 2021. And we are happy to be here with you for another program when we put someone in the spotlight. You know, just today, one of my managers, was asking our team, how do you feel? How do you feel right now? Put work aside and all of that, and just say, how do you feel? And I remember saying to her that when 2020 was approaching its end, I thought to myself, here comes 2021. 2021 is going to be so much of a better year than 2020. Because, we were hopeful there's going to be a vaccine, and, by the time we get the vaccine, well, I guess that was the thinking of some people, that the vaccine was going to solve all the problems of COVID and so on and so forth. And 2021 came, and 2021 was more than a repeat of 2020, as a matter of fact. So to be honest with you, as much as I want to be an optimistic person and I want to hope for the best, I am making no judgments where 2022 is concerned. Let 2022 come and just do its thing. I go with the flow. I do what I need to do, try my best to be good, to be positive, and to do what I do best, work well, do my program, and if God sends some other good tidings my way, I'll be very, very happy to embrace them and to welcome them. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh my God, okay, so we have 2020, we have 2021. There is no way that 2022 could be worse. Who knows? I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm certainly not going to be making any predictions for 2022 or, putting myself in a frame of mind where, okay, I'm going to leave everything in 2021 and 2022 is just going to be this amazingly fabulous year. No, I leave it all up to God. Good evening again, everyone. 17 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour. Wherever you are this evening, we are happy to have you join us for the program. First and foremost, let me welcome the listeners of Q95 FM Radio. Wherever you are tuned in tonight via the airwaves of Q95, we are happy to have you join us on the program tonight. If you're using one of the streaming mediums, then, if you're online somewhere, we're happy to have you as well. Those of you out there somewhere driving with your radio station tuned into anywhere in the world you can get any radio station these days on your vehicle, wherever, So if you're driving, I remember there was this particular fan of the program who told me that on a Monday he would be driving from one state to the next and he would be tuned into the program. So I hope he's tuned in and locked in tonight as well. Of course, those of you online via our social media platforms, we are definitely happy to have you. We tried the StreamYard thing last week, and I am not sure what was the reason, what was the cause, as a matter of fact, but the quality just was not good at all. So I went back to Facebook until I figure out, what the issue is. What I like about StreamYard is that you can stream on various platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, etc. But I was not very happy with the quality of last week, and so we're streaming tonight live via the official Facebook page of the In the Spotlight Radio Show, which is very easy to find, In the Spotlight Radio Show. You find that and you are definitely good to go with us. We have links on our fans page, and I think I also shared the link on my personal page as well. So, whichever medium you decide to use, whether it be radio, whether it be some online streaming platform, or whether you decided to join us live via my Facebook platforms, and Q95 Facebook page as well is also broadcasting us tonight. So we are happy to have that. And again, while you're there, please follow our page, become a fan of our group. In addition to that, skip across to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. It's on my name, Fidina F. Frampton, so look out for that. And, give us some support. If the only way you can support us is by following or liking or becoming a fan or by subscribing, hey, we welcome whatever support you provide to us in terms of our social media platforms. Let me see, I should mention to you, while you're there as well, we're doing a bit of a quiz, a poll on Facebook through our fans page. I think we did it, but we shared it on the other platforms, that by the end of 2021, we would have completed 35 shows. So 35 Mondays out of the 52 weeks in the year. And then we're saying to you, how many Mondays did we legitimately miss? Note the trick there. How many Mondays did we legitimately miss? So 35 will be done by the end of the year, and then we would have missed some Mondays as well. So tell us, go on and vote and get a chance to win, an In the Spotlight Radio Show t-shirt. I'm sure you saw those, the first set we had. We should be getting another set coming sometime soon. So go on there, participate, and get a chance to win one of our t-shirts. Some acknowledgements, Q95 of course, and its staff who provide support. Josephine Gabriel and Company who provides water, but guess what? My guest also bought some water tonight, so we have double our portion of water tonight. But thank you, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. They are also the agents for Barefoot Wine. Somebody commented under my a post of mine and asked where can they get. They've been looking for Barefoot Wine, and they can get it at Josephine Gabriel if you want it wholesale, but most of the retailers and supermarkets across the island sell Barefoot Wine. Now let me give you guys a little secret about me before we actually start. So I've been promoting Barefoot Wine, yes. I have not really, sampled it, to say sample it. Maybe just had a glass here or there. But after my assignments, my UE assignments, I alone drank an entire bottle of watermelon Barefoot Wine. Me alone. And I called Jenny. I was like, Jenny, I didn't know the wine was like this good. Now, mind you, it's probably because I drank a whole bottle. I said, I did not know this wine was, so it is really good. I had the watermelon. I intend on trying some of the others. I mean, I have no intentions of becoming a wine alcoholic, if that's a thing, but I definitely did enjoy that bottle of Barefoot Wine, and I plan on sampling it some more. So thank you, Josephine Gabriel and Company. Jordan Jerome, thank you for your support. Akim Lowe, thank you for your support as well. the fans and listeners everywhere who love the In the Spotlight radio show, who love the host, who love the guest. We thank all of you, and there are those, who support in the background without wanting their names mentioned or without wanting acknowledgements. And I really continue to thank all of you for your support. All right, so that's a lot of talking from me so far on the program, but really wanted to do that, and I really wanted to give Josephine Gabriel that plug in this evening, because it's one thing, to be promoting something and then, to really enjoy it and really see how good it is, you have to share, right? Right. Okay, it is 23 minutes past the 8 o'clock hour, and we're in the spotlight tonight with Mary Benjamin. And guys, before we even begin the program tonight, I want to let you know that this is not about a side, this person's side and that person's side. Mary is not just here tonight to talk about Maria Augustine. Mary is here on 3 missions. One, we're going to get to know a little bit more about Mary Love Alone, Auntie Mary Love Alone Charity. We're going to get to know more about her charity as well and how people can support. And we're also going to talk about Maria Laurel Augustine, aka Yellow. And just to backtrack, about 6 months ago, we had Mary and Maria, M&M, in the studios with Triple F. And we had a nice program, and people tuned in, and it was to speak to hear from Yellow, having been taken in by Mary, and Mary was taking very good care of her. And we know that persons have been meeting myself, people have been meeting Mary, and asking what happened, is Mary back, is Yellow back on the streets, and so on. And Mary will shed some light on that tonight. But most importantly, I think it's going to be about where do we go from here in terms of, assisting Mary, if she's still up for the task, in assisting Yellow, or if somebody else needs to take up the responsibility and to see, how Yellow can get some assistance. But I can definitely tell you, as I said, this is not about Mary's side or Yellow's side, because when I put the post, somebody asked, are we going to hear Yellow's side? But this is not what this is about. Mary took on Yellow, and, things happened. She's here tonight, as I said, for a number of reasons, but we will definitely focus as well on Yellow, what happened, and, how can we move forward in terms of assisting her, maybe what role you can play in it as well. Our cash app is $Spotlighters, SPOTLIGHTERS. If you would like to make a contribution to our show, we welcome that. So feel free if you're overseas and would like to contribute. And in Dominica, we do have more banking, but I'll share that with you in just a bit. But we have to welcome Mary. Mary, good evening.
Hi, Fernanda.
How are you?
Thank you.
Let me make sure I have the right mic for you, Mary. You're on mic number 2, I think. Yes. Are you good?
I'm doing well, thanks.
You're doing well. Okay. We need to be a little more on the camera, right? Okay. So, Mary, an opportunity here to just say good evening to the folks who are either listening or viewing our program tonight.
Yes, I want to say good evening to you, Fernanda, and the management staff of Q95, and to everyone wherever my voice can be reached. God bless you guys.
Mary, somebody asked me if you renamed me as Fernanda.
I just like that name.
What I explained to the person is that is actually my name.
Okay.
Yes, so my name is actually Ferdinand Fernanda Frampton. So you're not wrong
I like it.
in calling me Fernanda, but you've insisted on calling me Fernanda since then, and I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. So, so Mary, it is a pleasure to have you
Always a pleasure.
on the program tonight. And again, even before you came here, people asked if Yellow was going to be on with us as well. We would have liked to have her on the program, But why is it that we're not able to bring her here tonight?
She is. It's not like the first time. When we got it the last time, she was with me, so we feel that I could have controlled her a little bit, but she went far left. So it's impossible to have on the show. No, she wanted to come.
She wanted to
asked
come.
me to come.
Right.
It's not. It wasn't possible.
It could be a challenge because I wouldn't be able to
I
manage
would
her.
not be able because she don't listen to me like she would before.
Okay.
Because remember, she's on her own for the past few months.
Okay.
She wanted to do what she wanted to do, like
Right.
everybody else.
Right.
So it was much of a challenge.
Okay.
Maybe in the future, God knows best, it will happen. But for now, for tonight, it was not possible. And I explained her.
You explained it to her, and she understood.
Of course, yes.
She understood. She understood. I hope that she can get somewhere to listen because tonight is not about any bashing of Yellow.
Oh, you don't do that.
But I do want Mary, as much as possible, to speak her truth. In terms of what transpired, and we will see how that goes. But definitely, Mary still loves Yellow.
Love is love.
Love is love, love alone, right? But Mary, before we get into more details about that, when you were here the last time, we spoke just briefly about you and your own life, we heard about a Mary Benjamin, we heard about a Love Alone charity, and we wondered, where did this lady come from, I didn't know you, I was wondering, where did you come from? So tonight I want to give you the opportunity. People heard a lot about you and Yellow and so on, through Yellow. But let us get to know you, Mary, a bit better. The person behind the Anti-Mary Love Alone charity, the person who was brave enough to do what others couldn't do, in terms of Maria Augustine, and the person who is still here, fighting the fight and trying to do right, in Dominica, trying to contribute. So let us begin again by sharing with us who you are, Mary. Let us begin. Who are you, Mary Benjamin?
Mary Benjamin. The person who finds herself. I found myself.
You found yourself. Why were you in a position where you had to find yourself?
Because growing up was tough. Growing up was tough. Like I said on the last show, my father used to be an alcoholic, and he was drunk 365 days a year. So when I was 5, my mother left me, and my 3 siblings with him. She ran away, and I took care of my siblings until I was 11. And I ran away when I was almost 12 to meet my mom. And at the time, my dad used us as a passport, because my mom didn't want him back. We couldn't speak to my mom. So it was a challenge, And imagine my brother was 9 months, and I had to take care of everybody. And one of the things, now I see the person, I am the person I needed as a child. Because I remember in children, 5 years, you go to school, you can't learn. And when Daddy beat one person, he beat everybody. And I was a this. So nobody passed. Nobody could share anything with us. I don't remember getting a hug between 5 and 11.
Wow.
I don't remember getting the present, or getting my comb, my somebody, or getting a nice dress, or Christmas, or a sweetie from anybody. He was tough. And in his world, it was 4 of us, 5 of us, and we had enough of us to play together. And I remember we had 2 plates. I would eat with my sister, and my brother would eat with my other sister. He was tough. He was tough. So, and my mother had it really, really hard, because she ran away. She was pregnant 7 months.
7 months pregnant.
Yes. And then the sad thing about it, I remember she never passed back up to today. And then Daddy burned all her stuff when she left. So I never get to really know my mother again until I was 11 or 12. I ran away.
You ran away?
I ran away with everybody.
You ran away with everybody?
Oh yes. Oh yes. it was, I couldn't do it no more, and I couldn't leave them back. So I.
What were the ages of the others?
Well, I was when my mother
How
left.
old were you?
When my mother left, I was 5. My,
Five.
my sister was 4. One was 3, and my brother was 9 months.
9 months. And your mother was pregnant
And my mother was
with
pregnant
another
7
woman.
months.
7 months pregnant.
Yes, with my last sister.
Last sister. And she left you with your father.
Yes.
You and your siblings
Yes.
with your father in
Injured.
And you're saying that daddy was a bit tough.
Daddy was tough.
Was it because of the alcohol?
It's because of the alcohol, and his father had a little part to play in that too, because he wasn't always drinking. When I was born, he was never drinking. He started to drink after my third sister was born.
Okay.
And it's a long story, but his father had a big part to play with that.
Okay.
You know, and he was not nice. I remember those things like yesterday. You know, he was not nice to my mom. He was always, every day drunk. And I remember once he came from work and he had the boots, and my mother cleaned the boots for him. And then he put the boots on and went to the shop. And when he came back, he used that same boots on her.
Oh my.
Yep. And then fast forward, she ran away and left us.
Yes.
And she never turned back. She tried to come back, I remember a couple of times. She would stay by the credit union and maybe shout me. But if he catch me talking to her, anything she give us, he would throw it away and we would go back and forth.
That's your mommy.
Don't come to look for his children and back and forth. But at the time, she was afraid of him. Not right now. At the time, I was afraid of him too. And I had to always extra careful, because when he do one person, I have to get blows for everybody. So I have to always make sure everybody do things properly. You know?
Mary, as we speak, your daddy is alive.
Yes, that's my daddy.
Yes, and you live with him.
Yeah, we live together.
You live together.
Yeah, I build a home, he's downstairs and I'm upstairs. I love my dad.
You do.
My mom chose my dad.
Because I'm saying, you know, do you think he's fine, you know, in terms of in terms of sharing, you know, what happened when you were away?
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yep.
He's okay.
You see, when you forgive things, it's easy to speak about it.
Yes,
You understand? So fast forward, when I ran away to my mom, she sent me to St. Martin's School, but it was a waste of time.
How old were you when you ran away?
I was from my dad.
Yes.
I was almost 12.
You were almost 12.
Yes.
So you took your brothers and sisters, you ran away to your mom?
Yeah, I walked from Girodel, the credit union, to Fort Lee.
To Fort Lee?
Yep.
Okay.
I was tired, I carry on, I drop on, I carry on, I eat mango, I drink water if I leave.
Oh my God.
And they wanted to go back, I said, no. I wasn't telling nobody where we were going, but I was going.
So how did your mother react when you came?
Well, at the time she was afraid of my dad. So when I get there to her home, because I talked my dad into sending me to see what Rosa looked like for almost a year. So finally he got me a dress and a shoe, and I went to see what Rosa looked like. But I did see my mom secretly.
Okay.
Yeah. So that the following Saturday I run away. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
So when I went there, she had to visit people at the hospital. She was not there. But when she came, I told her. When she came back, I told her I came to look for you. I'm not going back to Gironde. So she hid us by somebody and she went to the police. But she has been going to the police long enough to get us. But for no reason he refused. Daddy refused.
Okay.
So we stayed there, hide out and stuff. And imagine 4 days after we went missing, Daddy went to the police and said he had 4 children. Because he was so drunk that I ran away. He was drunk and the day I ran away. So this lady, I'm always so grateful for her. I went back to look for not too long ago, Mrs. Benjamin, Patricia Benjamin, I think. She was a principal at the Girodel School. And she helped my mom in getting school for us. For 4 of us, I think it was a good school. And that lady would give us recess, would give me recess when I didn't have Girodel. I always go to see her. And so school wasn't my thing at the time. It was too much for me, you know.
Well, it would have been a lot for a 12-year-old.
And my dad had a friend, he passed away. He used to make sure that he drunk to touch me, you know. It was not comfortable. And he used to tell me, don't tell anybody because this will happen and this will happen. And you in your stupid self not thinking.
You're not stupid, you're a child.
You're thinking you mustn't say anything. So that is the reason too I wanted to get away from there. But nobody couldn't come see us, so I couldn't tell anybody. My granny was there, but I never told my granny. That is my dad's mom. My dad's mom is my angel. She teach me she helped me to be who I am today, because she was always positive. And but it was hard because her husband was, next story. She used to sneak in to give us some food, and we was like neighbors, But he was from a different planet, my grandfather, and I never remember saying hello to him. He would not answer. He was just, he come from here, man, at the time. So going to school there in Rosego School, I think St. Martin's School too, it was a waste of time. And my mother at the time thinking I had a boyfriend. I was talking to people, boys, but I don't know nothing what boyfriend means. Oh, that was the last thing in my mind. So maybe when she used to make me believe like the baby come from the plane. Or if you talk to somebody, you get pregnant. So one day she just tell me, you going to Marie-Galante. I said, Marie-Galante? Where's Marie-Galante? So she sent me on the bus and sent me to Penville at 14. On to Penville, I took the back door stuff and take a small little boat and go to Marie-Galante.
So you went to Marie-Galante back door?
At 14.
At 14?
Yep.
Accompanied by no one?
Accompanied by a friend of my mom.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't even know what sugar is in Creole. I never spoke Creole before, But that was the best thing my mother ever did to me.
All right. We're going to come back to that in a while. There is something I wanted to ask you as it relates to your dad's friend, the gentleman who was, touching you, which of course was not right. When did you eventually tell someone about this?
Well, fast forward a little reminder, when I went on to Marie-Galante, I was this sad person. Everybody did me something. I was angry. I hate everybody. I hated myself. I vexed with my father. I vexed with my mother. I vexed with everybody. So I only get to tell somebody, talk to somebody about it in 1994, before I came back to Dominica to confront my dad. And when I didn't even know the person. We just happened to waiting for a bus, and one thing led to the next, and I just come.
You were harboring it inside, so you just needed to tell someone.
On its own time. Everything just come out. Everything I think I was hiding just comes out. And she, I don't know if she was a pastor, but she gave me some really, really comforting word and prayed for me, and I feel I smile again, and I felt like 9 blocks came off my back, and ever since I said, you know what, I want to see my dad, I want to go back to see my mom.
Was that your therapy, Mary? Was it some level of therapy for you?
It was something like that, but after I get somebody else, it wasn't real therapy.
Okay.
But that lady, I don't know who she be. I don't know, I never meet her again. Never meet her again.
But you eventually got therapy?
Yes, of course.
Not just for that. I mean, you would have had to get therapy for everything that transpired in your life from the time you were 5 years.
Well, it was not a therapy direct. I chose, after I speaking to the lady, what she was saying makes so much sense. And because I felt so much light after I speak to her, I just find, you have to forgive for yourself. You have to forgive to be well. So that helps me a lot. And then I always choose friends that will bring me up. Because at the time, I remember my mother used to tell me, oh, you black and ugly. And you grew up thinking you black and ugly.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
You can't come tell me that. No. No. You can't come tell me that today, So, it's just about forgiving. Forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. But the guy in question, my dad's friend in question, he was more or less kissing me and touching me, not
Okay, all right.
And I get to confront him. I was happy. Yes,
How did that go, Mary?
How?
Yes.
Well, he never answered me. He never say. He
face to face.
Face to face. Right after I came to see my dad, when I get my documents, because after I left Marie-Galante, I want to go look onto St. Martin. Okay. So when I was able to travel, I came back to Dominica and talked to my dad, and it went well. Because I see myself in my dad. He's very forgiving. You understand? And it's not his fault. It's like when you're married to a person who drink, you're married to 2 persons. And then I speak to my dad and my mom a little bit. But my dad is more open up than my mom had a hard life. And I understand her. And she did a very good job after we came to meet her. And she would cook and didn't have to do for herself. You know? So it was hard. And I understand her and I forgive that. Now the guy, one day I came to see my dad, and he always in the rum shop. So I'd make sure stop at the rum shop to see if he's there. And I see him like crawl up on a bench. And I asked the lady, where's my father? So she answered, Mr. Bobo is over there. So when he heard Mr. Bobo, he asked me which one of us.
Which one of his children?
Yeah.
That's there.
Yeah. So I went up to him and said, I don't remember any ways, you know. Because remember I left young, you know.
Oh my.
But I knew the name. I was remembering exactly who his face, but I remember the name. So when I went to walk up to him and tell him I'm married, and I tell him, what's your name again? And he tell me his name, I lost it. Oh, right. I didn't forget him. I tell him, tell him Alistair, you do this, and you used to do that, and you used to do this. He didn't answer. He didn't say a word. He didn't speak anything. But his body language, like he was feeling bad. And about maybe a year after, my daddy told me he was from Michelin, Belleville, Chopin. His name was Mr. Sinford. And my daddy told me rain was falling. He came from Chopin and was going back, and a Wafalma cliff covering.
A landslide.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yes. So that's how he passed on.
Oh wow.
But I was happy to confront him, and I felt better to let him know that, you know. And it was a little relief too. But after that,
you speak about, and we'll talk at some point as to when you got to Marigalat and you know how your life turned out from there. But you used the word forgiveness in sharing with us so far on the program. Have you forgiven, your daddy,
of course,
your mommy,
of course,
everybody?
I have to forgive my mom, my dad, myself, to be well. Because you see, even my dad, my mom, my mom raised my kids, because when I went away, I had my kids young. I had my kids with one person, I had my kids young. I met my children father in Maryland, and he was the only English-speaking person here to help me with my Creole. So he would come. And so my mom raised my kids. And my mom did a good job raising my children, because I raised hers. It's a long story. And after that, fast forward, I built a home for my mom, and then I came back to live with my dad. But my dad was living something like, you know, terrible, you know. And because I was the oldest, I am the oldest, and nobody looked after him. Even now, I am the only person running with him.
And the rest of your siblings are alive?
They're alive.
Okay.
Because, you know, maybe they cannot get to forgive. It was hard. They maybe cannot get to forgive. And it's their choice. But I am telling you, God, if Daddy closes his eyes tonight, I have good memories to look at.
Good.
Oh, yes.
It's good to hear you say that.
Oh, you bet. Yes.
It's good to hear you.
So when I
I've met your daddy.
my daddy is a darling.
Yes, he's a good man.
Yes. You can speak to Daddy, and he's very connected. He's straightforward. He very private too. He don't talk a lot. He loves 2 words and he don't let him be done. You understand? So and then my mom and my daddy didn't speak for almost 50 years.
50 years.
50 years, and I have them speaking Dublin, playing dominoes.
Oh.
Yeah. But
So you have the ability to not only forgive, but to bring people together, to reunite, especially in the case of your family.
Yeah.
I hope that you can get to do that with your siblings too.
So, well, they're a little bit. You have to find your peace to do those things. You have to find your peace, and everybody is different. And I am happy. I get the strength, you know, to forgive and to find my peace, and to come back to build a home where my daddy is comfortable. You understand? And I am happy. I get to take care of him, to do things with him. To take a picture of you and my mom, you know, and play domino with them. It's nice, you know. I always feel I'm not judged. I was never judgmental because When I was younger, people would think, oh, you did this and that, and it was not true. You know how much time I would, even in Maryland, I would plead for somebody to listen to me, for somebody to hear me, for somebody to comfort me, and nobody cares. So I understand people when they feel, when you're on the lowest, don't judge them. Try to listen if you can. Sometimes, at the time, I didn't want nothing, just somebody to hear me, just listen, Mama, but that never come. So I understand that, and I don't like to judge a person. And I tend to be very forgiving. Sometimes people say I'm naive, but hey, God take my notes. You understand? Revenge is for God, not for me.
Right.
I don't have no time for that.
That's correct, Mary.
And Daddy forgives. Daddy said sorry, and he acted sorry.
Okay.
It's one thing to say sorry, but it's a next thing to feel the person is sorry. Because Daddy tell me, had he knew that, he'll be in jail for the guy. You understand? And I understand. It's okay.
It's okay, Mary.
I'm alive.
You're alive. Let us talk about when you were sent to Marigalat. You were sent with someone. Give us that story. Tell us how that went.
Well, I took a bus. I remember the Valley Road Bridge with my passport and my little bag. Don't know where I'm going, crying from Rosal to Tigo. And the lady picked me up. I stood by her. And the next day we took the boat to Marigaland. Boy, first time I see water so in my head. First time I see water so I said, dead. Because when the boat sinking, it's like, and then anyway we reached safe, and I get a job. I was taking.
So who were you going by in Marigalat? The same lady or by somebody else?
She get a job for me.
She got a job for you, so you were staying where you were going to work?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's where I met my children's dad.
Okay, alright. Go on.
So, but the lady was nice. Honestly, she was nice. Yeah.
At 14 years?
Yeah,
At that time?
Yeah. The lady was a nice person. And my children's dad is a nice person. I left him when I was maybe 19, but I promised him one thing. I'm going to stay in contact with him for the children's sake. You understand? Because I know what it feels like not having somebody there because he vexes somebody. I don't mix things. But we always get along good, and fast forward, you're young and you want to try something else. You like him better, and hey. But up to now, I spoke to him 2 days ago. We good. For the children's sake.
Yes. So how many children did you have with your husband? With your father?
3.
3 children?
Yeah.
Yes.
My son is 40, the girls is 38 and 36.
So Mary, when you say your son is 40, Papa met you living us to wonder how old you are.
I'm 56.
You're 56?
Yep.
You look well, my darling.
Because I'm well.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't stress myself. Stress come, but according to Daddy, why worry about things you can't change? If you can change it, change it. If you can't change it, yeah.
That's it.
It's okay.
So tell us about your children.
My children are okay. They was born in Guadeloupe too. They were born over there. They're okay. They're doing good.
They're doing good?
Yeah. I raised my children for the world.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. You prepared them.
And my mom did a good job. I wasn't there in person, but I was there financially taking care of them, paying the bills. I built my home because when I left, I was sitting on the floor when I left Dominica.
Wow.
And then I built my mama home, and everybody had their room. Onto St. Martin, every vacation they would come to St. Martin and go back and forth. They're doing good.
So you had the children over there, but then you send them down.
Well,
you got them down
my mom took them early. I had them young, one brain the other, one brain the other. My mom took my son, I think he was almost 9 months, my girls 6 months. So I could just stay back and work. I fall and bust up and get up, and it was hard. Because in St. Martin, you don't beg.
You don't beg, eh?
You have to fight.
You have to work.
You have to fight your way. You understand? At 14, I started working at 14.
So you got to Marigalat.
Yeah.
How long did you stay there?
I stayed in Marigalat. I didn't stay there long now. Just after I did maybe 5-6 years.
5-6 years? Okay.
And then on to St. Martin.
And then on to St. Martin of Guadeloupe. Are you cold?
A little bit in Guadeloupe.
Are you cold?
A little bit. It's good.
Yeah, the AC.
A little bit onto Guadeloupe and then to St. Martin.
And then to St. Martin. So St.
Because
Martin
my
became your base for some time.
For a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I actually grew up in St. Martin because my grandfather left Marigaland and went to St. Martin, and then I get a job too on St. Martin, so I moved to St. Martin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what were you doing on St. Martin?
Well, when I moved to St. Martin, I had a living job, and my boss lived in the States at a good location, Pelican Resort and casino. So I had my own room and stuff, and my boss lived in the States. I would do what I want to do, and when I have guests, I clean up and stuff for my guests, and when she leaves, the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. Mary taking her foot and enjoying herself.
I live in the pool, I do my stuff, you know, you're young, you know.
Yes.
But St. Martin is my best life.
Okay.
Yes, St. Martin has been good to me. Very good to me.
Okay.
Yes.
So you stayed in St. Martin for some time.
I stayed in St. Martin
For most of your home.
Yeah.
Your home. And you made a life there.
Yep.
You made a life. No more children after that.
I know.
Say more.
You see, one of the things that make me who I am, I always acknowledge. You understand?
Yes.
Because if you don't acknowledge a problem, you cannot fix it.
Sure.
I think I was having my children too young, and then sending them for my mother. She had her own stress too. So I asked myself a question, and I promised my children if I do two things. I will stay in contact with them for the children's sake. I have never, whatever happened between us, I will not tell the kids. That is our stuff, you know. And then I will know he promised me, don't make any more kids.
No, and you kept that promise?
I promised that.
To him?
It didn't hurt.
It's a lucky if he's a lucky fellow to get you to keep
Oh,
that
but
promise.
it's not about luck. It didn't hurt, you know. Children was enough, you know.
How many boys? One boy and two girls?
One boy and two girls.
One boy and two girls.
Yeah, actually, I had 2 boys and 2 girls. My two boys born 7 months, and my 2 girls born 9 months. But the last was a boy. He passed away 3 days after.
Oh.
God is good. God knows the best. I was happy.
In your own way.
Yeah.
Okay. You never know.
God had everything planned. You don't question Him. You know.
I agree, Mary.
Yeah, you don't question Him.
So St. Martin was good to you.
St. Martin was. I had my rough days. I must admit it was hard, but St. Martin have been very good to me, and I always choose the right friends. You understand?
That's important.
I always choose people to bring me up, people that would encourage me, you know, people to motivate me.
So outside of working at the Pelican, you know, what else did you do in St. Martin?
Outside of working at Pelican, after the lady, her husband passed away, she sold the house, and then I got a job as a maid again, but I had my own house now, so I have to pay more bills. And then I was kind of tired of doing that, and I didn't want to, my head was not good to go back to school. I always wanted to help people, because I knew what I was missing. So doing the maid, I was just tired. I went to study. I went to study for nail technician. And I have been a nail.
You became a nail tech.
Yeah, I was.
So you can do my nails then, Mary.
Of course I can do it in 15 minutes or less.
In 30 minutes or less.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I studied for, and after that I just continued doing the stuff.
So that is what you did afterwards for most of the rest of your time in St. Martin.
For the rest of my life.
Okay, awesome. So then, Mary, you come to Dominica then. What brought you back home? Enjoy your Twapito water. She's taking a sip of her Twapito
What
water.
brought me back to Dominica? Well, I always wanted to enjoy my mom and my dad. I never get to do that. And then my mom and my dad gave me the Giro nail.
Oh my God, somebody's saying one of the best nail techs in St. Martin. You need to open a business here then, Mary.
I don't have the patience, because you sit a certain way when you does that. So you can have the back problem, and most customers don't realize they're tense. You have to say, relax, relax. They say, I'm relaxed, but you feel it, and you feel it in your back. So actually in Guadeloupe, the doctor stopped me in Guadeloupe in 2010. And I continued 2012, but it was impossible.
It was impossible.
So it's not something.
So it was beginning to affect your back.
Yes, because you sit one way all the time, and I would work from 6 to midnight. I love it. I love it. I love my job. I love it.
You made money?
Yes. That's why I
So
build my
you were
own.
able to build, yes.
I build my own. That's why. But it's something I love.
So you still know the skill, you still remember the skill.
Of course.
You're still up to date with, any new improvements and enhancements in the whole nail tech business. Okay. So if one of those days I go and I get my stuff and I say, Mary, I need you to do my nails.
Oh, you don't be questioning my you mean good stuff.
Okay, well I'll say, Mary, get some stuff and let's get this going. Yes.
Yes.
Good stuff, Mary. So yes, so you were talking about coming back home.
Okay.
When did you make the decision and how?
Boy, it happened again. God alone knows. My dad gave me the property. My mom and my dad decided to give me the property. I had it on my name.
Okay.
So remember, I had a very bill for my mom, and I didn't like how my dad was living.
Mm-hmm.
So I built in 2014, and Daddy was comfortable. He is comfortable, and I think COVID brought me to Dominica, because when the COVID come about in March of 2020,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be with my dad.
Okay.
So ever since I'm here. So it's the longest I've stayed in Dominica since I was 14.
Okay.
It's 2020 and 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you came to Dominica, and what have you been doing since you've been in Dominica?
Just helping people,
Helping people.
listening to people, helping people. And then here comes Hurricane Maria. I was in Dominica for Hurricane Maria. Nothing happened to my home. I talked to my God, I am here for a purpose. Just pass me straight, the night before. And nothing happened to my home. So I decided I have a purpose, I have a reason to be here. So I just started to do things. I covered the junior school. There was one person who came to my home in 2016. We had a party, I love parties.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to Guadeloupe, after 40, I was trying to go to Guadeloupe. I get about 92 messages, and she was one of them. And she said to me she wanted to do something in Dominica. She wanted to cover something.
Okay.
So I just chose the school. And while my mother's house was gone too. Well, at the school you have how much children and teachers and parents are frustrated. Let's send them back to school. And then I arrange everything. I pick them up in Guadeloupe. Then I bring them to Dominica. I make them meet the villagers, and we cover the school the 30th of November 2017.
Okay.
And then in between time, I have this friend in Guadeloupe. He's a lawyer. I read your email. He's a pirate now, but he was a lawyer at the time. I went up there to see his property, and he asked me to get a group for him in Bells to help assist. So I worked between Bells and Dominica during Maria. As a matter of fact, December 9th, 2017, we had a party for 45 children at the Bells School, and every one of them had a gift.
Okay.
So I was back and forth and doing stuff.
Oh, you mean between Bells and Guadeloupe?
No,
You said Bells and Dominica.
Well, I was for Hurricane Maria. I was working between Dominica, Guadeloupe, and Bells.
Okay.
Bells, and
Mhm.
back and forth, back and forth. I like that. I like to keep busy the days along.
Yes.
When you keep busy the days,
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
I'm positive.
Yes. So you assisted with covering the Girondale School through your friends in Guadeloupe,
For my friends in France.
In France?
They came from France onto Guadeloupe.
onto Guadeloupe.
They sent me a 20-feet container with all the stuff that we needed, and they came to cover the school.
Wonderful work, Mary. That is definitely wonderful. I mean, if one person can make a difference, like that, on their own, I mean, this is excellent. So you did some of that. Tell us some of the other things that I know you continue to do your work in Girondale. Just recently I saw you with your wheelbarrow and so on. I think it was Community Day of Service. You were doing some work. So tell us, Mary, some of the things that you've been doing, while you've been here, and then we'll get into Maria.
Well, since I started the charity, because the same girl who is my friend, the chief firefighter in France, she pushed me to continue because she liked my energy, and we are just alike.
Yes.
So she's the one that sent me all the Christmas gifts last year to do my drive, and then she told me to register because I was here not doing nothing, and I love to travel. I have maybe visited almost 19 different countries. So I couldn't do that during the COVID. So I registered the charity, and I just started. But with the charity, you meet so much people with stories. You understand? Everybody have a story. So I tend to listen, and if I can help one way or the other, I will help. But I love that because Girondale, I honestly know and feel that Girondale loves me. You understand? So I love the energy. and everybody respect me and I respect everybody, you know. You don't have to like a person, you just have to respect them, and I love that, and I feel like I'm giving back the love I never had as a child. Not that they couldn't give me back the love, but with that it was impossible. You understand? So I'm happy to be back on the ground and doing things. If I see the culvert is blocked, I will get somebody and I will block it. If I see a hole into, I'll get out.
That's your kind of thing.
Yes.
That's your kind of thing.
If you ask me to cook some food for you, if you ask me to cook you some food, or to carry some blocks, I will carry the blocks.
Okay, I'll cook the food then. I'll cook the food, Mary. Just the other day, actually, Flo was doing some cleaning up in collaboration. You wanted to come with me. You did want to come with me at the time, but it was a little late. I think we had talked about it the Friday, and we were going to do it this Saturday, so it was a little late. So, tell us the name of the charity, Terry.
The name of the charity is Auntie Mary Love Alone.
Auntie Mary Love Alone Charity,
Yes.
and it is a registered charity.
It is registered.
It is registered. You've done some work already under that charity.
Yes.
And I know occasionally you get items from your friends, and I've seen you distribute some of those items. I've even said to you that I would like to come along with you at some point in time, you know, and of course when I have a little time. So if you're doing anything for Christmas, you know, I'll be happy to come along and give you some support with that, because I appreciate the work that you do. You've been around for less than 2 years, and you're already making a difference in the lives of people. And of course, one of the major differences you made was in the life of Maria Yellow Augustine and Laura Augustine, better known as Yellow. And during the course of the program, before we get into that, what more would you like to do with this charity? And is it something that you would like support in continuing? Because I know you are genuine. I know that your heart is pure with this charity. I have worked with you. I've been close to you in doing some of the things that you've done, and so I know I can vouch for you, Mary. And so, you know, what are some of the things that you would like to do under this heading of the Love Alone, Auntie Mary Love Alone charity?
First, I would like to work with the youths, especially the young boys, the women, the children, the girls. I just think we have too many youth that is, if you want, in a nice way, broken. They need somebody to hear them. They need somebody to listen. I have a lot of young people calling me to speak to me, you know. They like my energy, and I would like to work with that. I would like to work with them wherever I can reach them, especially Dominica, you understand? And then one of the things I don't like to have too much garbage all over the place. So I am doing a poster, let's find the trash, Auntie Mary Love Alone. So I can create groups and we can find the trash, like how we do. Because I honestly think community day of service is not just every day, because we use garbage every day. And I think Dominica is nature. We have to keep Dominica clean. And not only that too, sometimes the garbage, most of the time when the rain falls, the garbage go in the sea, the fish is in the sea, and then we eat the fish and we wonder why we're sick. Even my daddy said that the fish just like chewing gum, but it's true. It's not the same. Too much garbage, too much trash. And what people can do too, like how I normally do. You have a garbage bag in your vehicle, and just save it there and find the trash. But this is too much. I would like to do a campaign, clean up. You know, let's find the trash, and I would love to work.
I like the name. Let's find the trash.
I have a banner for that.
Okay, wonderful.
And then I want to work with the kids, and I have a passion for the elderly and the less fortunate. You know, because I was like that. In St. Martin, I had a POC for 1 year. I couldn't buy another one because by the time you get the money, you said I had to make sure my mom have the money. Even
for your children.
Even if I take hungry, she had to have everything. Once I pay the rent, the rest is for my mom. I have this POC for 1 year, and then a certain time it gave up, and I was bringing it for the shoemaker. And one day it said, "I'm married, I can't fix it again, you have to throw it away."
Yeah.
But I couldn't get another one. So I went and buy some nails to fix the shoe. Charlie, your nails picking when I walk in.
Of course.
But God is so good. After that, somebody gave me a nice pair of shoes. It lasted me for a year again, you know. And now I have too much shoes.
You have been more than enough, right?
Yes, and I love clothes of shoes.
Yeah.
I was running in my head.
Right. Yes. So ideally, Mary, tell me, who would you like to work with this charity, and what kind of support are you looking for the charity?
Yes, I think I would like a broader support from, I think, everybody. And it is a lot, because I honestly have been doing most of the thing off my pocket on my own. You understand? And I honestly think if I have a bigger support, I can do more, and in a nice way, and everybody will see, because for me transparency is very important.
Definitely.
Yes. So I would be grateful if I get a support. I even thinking of writing some letters for the campaign cleaning to get some garbage bags.
Let's find the trash.
I get some statistics from Guadeloupe. You don't have to actually pick up the trash. The guy does it in Chile.
So you would like probably some of that, maybe some more of that, so
some
people
of
come
that,
to assist you.
yes. I would love to do that, you know, and then mingle with the kids, you know. I would like to be an inspirational speaker to for the youths, because most of the time, from what I'm gathering, some children are stubborn because they're sad, and they don't really get along with their parents in the house. You understand? So sometimes if you talk to them, I have a situation where that person doesn't get along with his mom under no condition, and he's open up with me. You understand? He's very open up with me, and he's trying. So that is encouraging to know that, you know, and I'm trying to speak to the mom. You have to try to be, when a person is an adult, you have got to try to be a mother. You have to try to be a friend and a mother. With the mother part, with my kids, the mother part done. We have to be friends. You understand? Because sometimes the children want people to just hear them. Even when you walk in Roseville, everybody you walk in, I come into Roseville 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:45, and everybody does in their thing, you understand? Who acting mad, acting crazy, acting depressed, acting frustrated. I was in the market 2 Saturdays ago. I was talking to that lady, good friend of mine, my boy, and somebody wanted to actually take a little pocketbook from me, and I wasn't even paying attention. She made me notice that, you understand? And she went to the person, you know, my boy, right?
Of course, Mom.
Yeah. So it kind of was scary. And I think, and every day you have a new face. Every day. There's one of them I want to send to prison, but I'm going to be looking for him. Yes.
So, towards the end of the program, Mary will give some information as to how persons can make contact with you. If they would like to support you, if they would like to help you, they can also message me.
Yeah, sure.
And Mary said, would you be okay if I said, Mary, no, I would want people to contact you directly, you know, in whatever way. I mean, of course, if somebody comes through me for you, Mary, you know, they will get to you.
Yeah,
you know, definitely. I have no issues with that.
Doubt,
So if you want to reach Mary, you make an initial contact and you have my contact, then you can do that. And, you know, I just pass you on to Mary, or we will be giving her contact information towards the end of the program. We'll also put it in the comments of the program as well. It is 10 minutes past 9 o'clock. It is really a nice pleasure to have Mary in the studios with me tonight for the In the Spotlight radio show. I have absolutely no notes tonight. I have nothing taken down because this is someone that I've gotten to know very well. And she reminds me every day how much she loves me so dearly, and I really appreciate that. And I love her too, you know, she's a good person, and I love how she appreciates me. I also appreciate her as well. And I know the story, you know, I know her story, I know the Yellow story. They've been here on the program, so I didn't need any notes tonight. I didn't need to take down anything except for my usual opening pieces. Am I correct, Mary? I have no notes. No notes, you know, to interview Mary here tonight. We're just having two friends having a conversation, and we have a listening audience or a viewing audience. That's just what it is. So we're just going to take a quick break. Remember, folks, a couple of things. Remember to follow the In the Spotlight radio show page. We initiate our live from there. We also have our In the Spotlight fans page that you can become a fan as well and follow. We also have our YouTube channel for Dinah F. Frampton. We invite you to subscribe and just support us in whatever way that you can. If you're overseas and you would like to give us a financial support, because it does come in handy, you can do so through our Cash App, which is the $, of course, and Spotlighters, SPOTLIGHTERS. So feel free to give us a contribution. And we're working on another set of shirts. And remember, with the shirts, we don't sell them. You make a donation to us of a certain amount that we let you know, and we give you a shirt. It's not about selling. The shirts are not for sale. It's just that if you're a fan, you're a supporter, and you would like to donate to the show, you donate and we give you a t-shirt in return. So my good friend, I'm sure she's maybe tuned in and listening tonight. I know she's working really, really hard on that. This lady is just truly amazing, one of those days she'll allow me to either interview her or to have a chat with her, or to allow me to say who she is. One day there was a sale of t-shirts, and she said, there's a sale of t-shirts for just $3.99 or $2.99 or whatever the case was. And she said, I'm going to get you some. She went online, she couldn't get what she wanted online. She got up, she dressed, and she went out and bought me 50 more t-shirts to support the program. And that kind of support can work as well. If you want to do some In the Spotlight radio show mugs and send to us so we can, get, a little support from the fans of the program. Anything, anyway, you don't have to necessarily give us cash. Any way that you would like to support, we really, really do appreciate it. Let me just say good evening as well to David. David, you're someone else that I greatly appreciate. And everyone who supports Sabina, good evening to you. All the folks who support, behind the scenes in whatever way that they can. It is truly, truly appreciated. We're coming back with Mary Benjamin. When we come back, we're going to talk to her about Maria Laurel Augustine, aka Yellow. And for those of you who, I think most of you tuned in would know the story. They were on with me about 6 months ago. And then now, we've seen Yellow. She's back on the streets, and we'll understand what happened. Keep it locked. We're coming right back right after this, right here.
In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight, featuring people from all walks of Dominican life, spotlighting their triumphs and tragedies, dreams, hopes, aspirations, untold stories, touching the human and personal side of our people in politics, religion, sports, business, music, culture, the media, and more. Getting to know our farmers, our public servants, youth, and the ordinary Dominican. Listen to their stories. No limitations, no restrictions, no holds barred. In the Spotlight will also spotlight interesting topics, issues, and relevant situations. Don't miss In the Spotlight on Q95 FM radio every Monday night from 8 p.m. In the Spotlight.
One-on-one with interesting personalities, educational and informative topics and issues, intriguing and entertaining. A must listen to. In the Spotlight, Monday nights from 8 p.m. on Q95.
9:15 is the time in the studios. I'm seeing a note here, taking a page from your book, Mary. I'm not sure who made that comment there, but we thank all those of you who are tuned in to the program via Q95. If you're on via one of our social media platforms, as I said, we're originating tonight from the In the Spotlight radio show official page. We've shared to my personal page and also to a few other platforms. So we thank you for joining us, whichever platform you are using to be with us tonight. So Mary, we have to speak about Maria Laurel Augustine, affectionately known as Yellow, and very, very well known throughout Dominica and even on social media as well. I had done a couple interviews with her, very short interviews with her before, and you know, she always made me laugh. She always made me smile. You know, she always wanted something. You know, she always wanted something, but you know, when you have, you give her. When you can, when you don't have, you know. Generally, you know, she was a good person. One or two persons may have said, you know, they've probably had a little encounter with her here and there. But generally, you know, Yellow was cool, you know, on the streets for 30 years, 32 years to be more precise. And Mary Benjamin came and changed her life around. Take us back again, Mary. I know you shared that on the last program, but take us back to how you met Yellow and how you knew of Yellow.
Yeah, I knew her before, and then coming to Dominica through Express, we would meet and chat, and she knew when I was going, she knew when I was going. So it was good. She would always cry and say she want to stop this, and she want to be a better person. And when I registered a charity, I told her, you know, if you want me to help you, I'll help you. And I registered a charity, and who go tell me to tell Yellow I registered a charity? Every time she said, "Child, you get tree yet? Child, you get tree yet?" I don't know. And one day I was feeling so broken. I went to a funeral, and here comes Yellow after the funeral. And I told her about I get the certificate, and that was the day she brought me by her home for the first time. And I knew I had to help her. So I was taking her back by me, back and forth, but it wasn't working. So I just invited her home by me one, and she told me, "Child, let's go, child, let's go." And then she came with me. It was hard. Having her by me was, I don't know how I do it. I have no idea. Only God knows. But what I love about Yellow, and I really missed about her, she has a sense of humor. She makes you laugh all the time, non-stop. And it was a full-time job. And I honestly don't feel I get the full support I needed. You know, yes, somebody pay Miss Benjamin pay her teeth, and Marvel pay her glasses. Karen Joseph helped me a few times with her food. Roseline McLean, she's still helping Roseline McLean, hi. And but everything else was done on my own personal way. Even now I fight with Dominic and Dora's Hall because my baby came high so.
Right.
Yeah. And but that's what I wanted to do. So it's not it's on me. You understand? And Yellow did well in 3 months. It was harder the first night, but the second night she knew what she had to do. And the other time I would send Yellow to pay my internet, and she would go and come back. You know, because you have to kind of test them, you know, test her. She was doing well, but Yellow always worried about this guy who breaks her heart. Always.
The guy who broke her heart.
Yeah, the guy she had. I never let go, but I don't know what I feel like. So she always talk about that and cry about it. Something that doesn't pass, doesn't goes by. But what I noticed after she got the glasses and was working on the teeth, I went by Jolly's pharmacy in Foncolé with her. And she called me from one aisle of the store to the next. Come and see that child, come and see that. She was showing me a stove. So I knew she wanted to go back at home. Oh. You understand? Sometimes you don't want to speak much, you understand. But once she got the teeth, the day she got the teeth, after we was by you, she got the tooth, we went back to Shirley. And she just had to cry. And I said, but what are you crying about? What's that about? It was good, and all of a sudden crying. She's telling me she wants the guy to see her dog. The same guy in question. I understand her. You understand? Because I never get a go well because I work with women with my nail work.
Yes, they would. Oh, that's where women talk. They talk to the hairdressers.
It's your story. Oh, so what do we think? What women think? I'm saying me because I don't know what the think is, but me. What do we think when a man leaves us? And once we think we have a nice dress or a nice clothes, we want that man to see us.
Mm-hmm.
Men nowadays not looking for pretty and sexy and nice clothes. They're looking for inner peace. And you can do what you want. If he doesn't want you back, he just doesn't want you back.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm telling you have been on the street for 43 years. I'm not sure the man won't want to even talk to you again. You know, the man have moved on.
Mm-hmm.
But she continued crying, so that day I asked her the guy name. And I went on Facebook and I find the guy.
You went to look for the guy.
Yeah, because she had to find something to comfort her. She just continued crying, and she was so pretty because she had a teeth, you know.
Yes.
In between them, she laughing and she kicks it. But I did see who the person is, you know, but the person no longer living in Antigua. He lives somewhere else. I don't want to get in that.
Yes, yes, yes.
But she wanted me to call him, but I cannot do that. So then I think she had like a chick some years old.
Aha.
And she want to go to Roseau every day.
Every day.
Yes. I say, you cannot go to Roseau every day. What is there to do there?
Plus, you have to give her money to go to
I have to give her money to go to
She has to
Tosa.
take the bus.
So you have to take
She
the
gets
bus.
something to drink.
And she want to buy something. She want to go to the
But
supermarket.
she used to look nice.
And she always saying, I want them to see me. They have child, I looking good.
Let me tell you, I remember one of the videos, the one where she was waving you from the house and going to run an errand. I think she was in a little skirt and a little, she looked well.
She's a nice person.
She looks well.
I am telling you, a person, people that don't know her, they have, well, some people judgment her. I understand them, but Yellow is a nice person. If Yellow get the professional help, love alone is not enough. She need to go in a rehab. She need to get professional help. And she bothers me and bug me and nag me about she want to go to home because I not a mother. She okay now, you know. And she was looking really nice. So you think that was all. That was not all. And I knew when she go back at home, I was running brain at home. I would get up in the morning, check my dad, and make breakfast for her, like a hot coffee. Go by her place, sit down with her, have a coffee with her, bring her by the river, wash her hair, wash her clothes. But hey, alas, I'm tired. And when I see she smell it, when I smell the alcohol on her and the drugs, well, I didn't smell the drugs and I catch her.
You catch her. And we're talking, we fast forwarding a little bit. So you're talking about presently. You've been going
Yes.
by her. Okay.
Yes.
Before we get into that, a couple of things, Mary, that we want to clarify. First of all, how was Yellow at your house? Was she good? Was she
Yellow was good. Yellow wasn't. People think she's crazy. That have got nothing crazy on her. I don't see her do nothing crazy. The only thing I think she should do was take my powder and dye her hair. But hey, all that in the game. But I never see her do. She fry eggs. She wash the dishes. She open her clothes. She sweep. She make a bed. I didn't see her act crazy.
So she was almost normal to you.
Yes.
She was going.
I live in and go to town. If I don't want to take her to town and go to my meetings, and she okay. Play love with daddy. She okay.
That's one.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was good.
She was good.
What sort of challenges otherwise did you have with her? Because she's coming from off the streets and into a home environment. What are some of the other challenges that you would have had, or some of the challenges that you would have had with her?
That I had with her. Well, more or less, I don't want to call the doctor name, but I had her speak to a doctor, and he was sending the medication to the pharmacy for her. So I would buy the medication again off my pocket for her. So once she would take the medication, because she was saying to me, because she lived alone all her life, she talked to herself, you know, just, and it wasn't nice here all the time, any hour, any minute. So that when she would take the medication, it would calm her down a little bit. You understand? And I was talking about rehab for her, with her, but she didn't understand what is rehab. Until on the final ending, I tell her, a place you're going to go and they're going to help you
To get better.
Yeah, what I'm doing is not enough, it's more than that. And she understands, but in all her things, she wanted to go on the road. But personally, it was hard, you know, because...
Did you, for example, have to straighten her up sometimes?
Of course, you have to straighten her up sometimes, because she bossy. She bold, she rude, you know. And it's normal, that's what she knows all her life. She's her own...
She's been her own person.
She's her own person, her own defense, her own friend, her only friend. You know, nobody would love her. I would tell her I love her every morning. We would hug each other, you know. We was good, we good, we still good. Because Yellow will say so much things about me. And if Yellow see me now, she act like she see God in heaven. You understand? But I don't take those things to say personal, because I know what I can do, I know what I shouldn't do, you know. And Yellow knows the truth. And not only that, there are persons, when I pick up Yellow home, People might think, boy, what, this girl crazy.
Yes, yes.
I am not. I needed another child. So
you shared some of that with me,
I
that there were persons who told you,
Yeah.
you know what you're doing,
I'm
and so
crazy.
on. Yeah.
Why you did like that? But I wasn't seeing a crazy person. I was seeing a person that needed help.
Right.
But what I love about her, boy, she make you laugh. Even when you vex her, she make you laugh. You understand? I saw her yesterday, now Saturday, I tell her about the show, and she wanted to hug me. I said, Yellow, you need to go to the river, I need to scrub. I don't want you to hug me today. She said, child, give me a good night kiss now. You know? She's very loving, and if somebody would give her something she wants to share with me, but she's a recipient from the charity, you don't have to share with me. You understand? And there are persons that think, that says that I use yellow to get. I was yellow before I met yellow. I well built myself. I can walk back in reverse. You understand? I have worked hard all my life. I know where I want it to be. You understand? And God has been always good to me. So I didn't use yellow money or nothing to do nothing of my personal stuff. Most of the stuff I do was from my pocket. I had to put gas to bring her to the doctor. I had to buy her medication for her. I had to feed her every day. When somebody living by you and they doesn't know what dog like light and water, and when you come back from those water running, who have to pay the light? Mary Benjamin. You understand? So some people have the wrong impression. Not just a little handful. There is one particular person. I don't want to call her name.
No, don't call
if you
her
listen,
name.
I still love you. She came by me. She stepped by me. She still has some stuff of hers by me. She asked me to stay by me because she wanted a place to stay. I didn't want to do it because the vibes wasn't. I just feel the energy. When Yellow went back on the street, she's putting on Facebook. She don't mean to hurt anybody. She had my number. She don't mean to hurt anybody, but Yellow asked her for $2. The truth is, all of them begging in Dominica. So what? Most of them begging. I don't know, it's a thing they have. So what? If you cannot give, if you cannot say that good, don't say the bad. If you find she begging or you find you so concerned, you have my number. Just call me, say, Mary, what's up with Yellow? Then when a friend of mine on St. Martin answer her, she deleted the post. You understand? You know me, you've been by me, we good, just call me about it. And up to now, people calling my phone about Yellow sometimes.
People meet me.
Every day, every day, you know.
Finance, what happened now?
People tell me, don't give up on her. People even like now when she's on the street, she's more calm. But people don't give her money like before, they will run her. I don't agree. Because we have to understand, Yellow has been so for 32 years. Love alone was not enough. You understand? And I don't want somebody to, even if she, maybe people tell me to talk to her because she says so much things. That's what Yellow knows all her life. I ain't going to do that because I know better. But that's what Yellow knows all her life. Until she gets the professional help she would need. I'm talking about a real 1 year, 6 months. She can be somebody. You understand?
So Mary, help us understand. So she was doing well, you know, by you, but along the way, she started to get the desire to go back to her home because she wanted to be. She used to tell you she wanted people to see her, right?
She had somebody speaking to her that long time thing, get a chick. So when I send her rose, she would overstay. You know, I don't talk plenty, but I know stupid, you know. So I suspect when she go rose, she take it forever, or she would go to Irish Street and she don't have a little story that doesn't make sense, and if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. So I get a little vibe that's a little friend she had a long time. A little friend. But the person is cool, right?
Okay.
The person is not aggressive.
Okay.
And he's her friend. So you can't take that away from her. So she wanted to go at the home. The person was sleeping with her. They go at the home. You understand? But that is, if you want is a normal building, you look good, somebody you have to see. You understand? And she was looking nice. So when she went back there, I think she and the person get a little ding dong, ding dong. So the person stopped coming there. I get it from good source, you know, I don't say anything. And then she confirmed.
How did she leave, Mary? How did it happen?
How she left? Well, one day she kept bothering me for almost 4 or 5 days. I want to go at my home, and she was just so aggressive, so rude. I not bother. She can take care of herself now. She okay. She have a teeth. She looking nice. Everybody's telling her she looking nice, and she like to hear that. So she wanted to go at her home. I said, but you know, the home is not ready because I was planning to. You know, I made a bed for myself. I gave her some stuff myself, but she did more than that. And when you have got nothing to go home to, you have to find something you like, which is the smoking and the street and the begging. But one day she would just vent on me and tell me, she said she would, child,
Yeah, she threatened
she
you.
said I'll kill you. And my daddy, you see, if my daddy don't hear this thing, it's okay. But you see, when I come to my daddy, I have to protect my dad because my dad is an old man. He's 93. You understand? But daddy love her a lot. But when she vented and saying so much thing, yeah, look at this so much thing in no time. In no time. And the daddy tell me, what you want to tell her? What you want to do again? Actually kill you? You know? So I tell her, yeah, you want to go? You sure you want to say, child, drop me up, man. She just have to pack her stuff. So I drop her home. But when I drop her home to see, I drop her home and I got her a little solar panel light, so she don't have to use matches.
Right.
But when using matches, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And when I come, she always hiding. I know what you're hiding, you know. So she just vent on me and she wanted to go back on the road, go back at her home, she said, but, and then she was doing well, I was looking for, she was doing good. She wasn't really begging again. But it's normal that I have to come because I cannot run all the time. It's hard.
So you would, even after she left, you would go to her home in the mornings and bring breakfast, and still go and look out for
I
her.
would take her clothes, wash it home, bring it for her. When I tired, go home and back and forth and bring her to the river. We wash in the river. I wash her hair, I dye her hair, I put braids for her. And one day, I want to take the vaccine, but I never discussed the vaccine with her because I think everybody it's a choice. But I never discussed the vaccine with her. And I took the vaccine and I saw her in town and she said, what's the bet now? I tell her, well, girl, I just take the vaccine. I tried to reach home. She said, sanitize my hand. Now, let's go and take the vaccine. I want to take the vaccine. I sent it and I bring her to take the vaccine. So we took the vaccine the same time. I made her a card. She have a card working with Yellow Smart. Yellow Smart, you know. I got a birth paper for her from the priest. I have it with me. She make her next one. The person who sent me asked me to get her teeth. I sent them an invoice from the dentist. So the person and the dentist and I know how much the teeth cost. She told me, she went and asked how much I paid for the teeth. She is smart. Yeah, I was writing a book. She started from since she was 5.
Yeah, she showed me.
She was writing all her story.
Yes.
And she was talking to Rosie McLean.
Yes.
Yeah, she was writing her stories. She was up to page, I think, 50 something. Every time she was writing something, she was crocheting. She wanted to sing. She wanted to go in choir. You understand? But just the looking good thing, and you feel because you look good, people have to see you. No, people have to see your inner peace, not you. But that chapter was afterwards.
Yes.
I cannot do that. I cannot. And then she went back on the road, and I just said, you know what?
She wants to come back here.
I must admit, in the beginning, she was telling everybody, and even myself, she come back on September 21st.
She had a date.
Yes, but we never mentioned that. She said that, but I never tell her that. So one day she said, Mary, I want to come back to Girodel. Bring me back now, please, child. And she was crying. So in my head, I'm saying, you want to come back to Girodel? Maybe Girodel in Iraq, not Girodel in Dominica. But I keep telling her nicely, you know, you're not ready yet. You're not ready yet. You're going to run away again. And she promised me, no, she's not going to run away again. But I cannot take her back by me. I'm not alone. I have my daddy. You understand? My daddy don't have to hear the So I cannot take her back. I'm there. So I know it's been about 2 months, a month and a half. She's saying to me, but we're not going to say you're going to send me to get here.
Oh, wow.
She keep telling me that. But I mentioned the rehab for why she was by me to go somewhere because somebody had to bring that up
So
to me.
you can see she wants help.
She acknowledged no,
Yes.
she have a problem.
Yes.
And I saw her Saturday and we talk one-on-one. I don't give her money when I see her. I already give her something.
You give her something.
I don't give her money. Whoever wants to give her money, that's their choice, but I don't give her money. And I will not tell a person, don't give her. You understand? If you want to, you. And then she's not aggressive. If you tell her no, it's no. And before, if you tell her no, she was venting. You understand? So she is more calm and she acknowledged, compared to other person I'm speaking to, she acknowledged she needs some help. And she needs professional help. And I would just pray God that somebody send an angel to send her. Like we can send her in a rehab, we can make some collection, make some donation. And she's one of us, let's send her in a rehab. Especially like a woman like myself, you know, I mean, that men too, that he died like Franklin, you know. When Franklin always greet me when he see me, you know, but you have to acknowledge you have a problem. And what I admire about Yellow, she knows she has a problem. She knows she needs help.
So basically what you're saying, Mary, at this point, it is beyond you. It is beyond you. And you think that at this point she needs professional help.
She counseling and professional.
Yeah.
I think she need to go in a rehab somewhere because we doesn't have a Dominica. I wish we had a rehab in Dominica. We just tie them, bathe them, and clean them. Some people you cannot do nothing with them, but there are some people that need help. There's some people that would like to stand up, like to become somebody constructive, you know,
in society.
Yes, yeah. And Yellow is one of them. I mean, all of us can admit we prove that. You understand? So, and if
So what do you suggest, Mary? What do you suggest?
I would love, you know,
Is it something you would like to see the government do? Is it something you would like to do? You would like to see a particular institution take on? What would you suggest? What would you like to see?
Whatever, if it's the government, if it's a particular institution, if it's just all of us coming together, you know, and making it happen. Because I grew up in St. Martin and the government can't do everything, but if we come together, you know, and well, they help, you know, it's a big step.
But somebody has to lead it. Are you still willing to lead the effort?
What? Yeah.
Are you still willing to lead the effort?
Of course, I'm willing to help her. If I get to send her, maybe let's say St. Lucia or wherever, I would bring her and come back, you know, because she's comfortable with me. You understand? She can speak to me openly. She can vent on me when she wants. I don't take her personal. When I don't want to talk to her, I just leave her alone, and then she comes and she's sorry. So we're good. But love alone is love alone, but it's just for Yellow, it's not enough. It's not enough. She needs to go in a rehab. And I'm pleading to the general public, wherever my voice can be reached, wherever you are, find it in your heart. Let's try again. Help me, let's try again. You know? I'm sure she can be a better person. I picture Yellow 6 months from now, a year from now.
And people may not want to believe us, but your primary reason for us doing the program. In fact, we were not going to do an actual In the Spotlight program.
No.
We were actually going to do an interview. So I was going to do a special segment with you that we would record somewhere and then we would air it on, you know, social media. Because your primary reason, and I really want people to understand that, Mary's primary reason for being here tonight wasn't really to tell her story or to even talk about what has happened with Yellow, but more so what can be done for her.
We can help her.
Going forward. And you when you sent me that message, was it last week? Mary sent me a voice note, and then she sent me, and she told me we need to help her. We need to. I told her, well, one of the ways we can start is by coming on the program. Let me bring you on the program and let us talk and let people, you know, I think it is our responsibility to let them know what happened. And I say because one of the first places that Yellow came on was onto this program with you, you know, to come and to share. And
she wasn't carried
before. I said one of the first places. Yes. So you know, she really shared with us, and we really had a huge audience of people. People promised to help. Some did, some didn't. You know, stick to their commitment or their promise. You know, whatever I was able to receive, I passed on. We actually passed envelope on the program, and that in itself created a little situation.
Everybody knows she loves her money.
Yes. That created a little situation. But honestly, that was the primary reason for Mary coming on here tonight.
I would like to help her.
Is to continue the help, but like she said, love alone is not enough. She tried. You know, at some point she couldn't stop Yellow from leaving. You know, she could not stop Yellow from leaving. So for those persons who think that Mary put out Yellow, that definitely was not the case. I know the entire story. You know, I know when she
you came in the house.
You know, so I know what transpired. You know, one or two people, you know, actually took the time to share. You know, others, you know, think whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I know Mary did not put out Yellow. That was not the case. She actually wanted to leave. On a couple of occasions, actually. One time she left, and you went back to get her. So people probably don't even know that. But she did leave her first time, and you went back to get her. And then she insisted thereafter, sometime after that, she wanted to leave. Now, we love Yellow, and what Mary was able to do for Yellow within a 3 to 6 month period is an indication that Yellow can get to some level of normalcy. Mary tried. But as an individual, the most you could have done was take her, bring her home, give her a home setting, give her the feeling of belonging, especially to a family. Your dad is there, you are there, and so on. But she could not escape the life that she knew for 32 years. That's what she knew. Yeah. So at one point, she felt like she was probably being treated as a child.
She was, yes.
She said that she felt like she was being treated as a child, and she wanted to be her own person again. She wanted to be on her own again, and unfortunately, we are where we are today.
Yeah, but she said to me Saturday, child, I can never do that again. Look at how I come make everybody running me, everybody telling me go back. I come out in
good home.
And good home. But I want people to understand that's what she knows all her life. And
yes.
we have to give her a chance.
Yes.
We have to be less judgmental and more forgiving. The only thing the world have left now, and COVID-19, just love alone. Mm-hmm. And if you can come, persons calling my phone all the time, let's help you alone, go back and look for. I want to go back and look for, but let's all of us come together and let's see if we can send in a real, and get her back on the feet.
Mm-hmm. What can probably be done is to identify probably one of the local organizations here and see, how under their umbrella, with your support and the support of the rest of us, that something can be done, that somebody can lead it,
Once you're alive, there's hope.
In terms of getting her the help. Because I know you have not given up on her.
God don't give up on me. Why should I give up on her? We shouldn't give up on anybody. Once a person is alive and they want to try again, hey, let's give her a try. Mm-hmm. Let's give her a try. And I know she's ready, because if you see her, she's back to square one.
Yeah. And
she's complaining about it. Mm-hmm.
So she's not happy to be in that situation.
She want me to send her to somewhere. I told her I would send her in rehab.
So clearly you can't do that on your own. You need help.
I need help.
You need support to be able to help Yellow. So just to clarify again, it wasn't a situation where Mary put Yellow back on the streets. I know Mary didn't have any other underlying agenda in terms of trying to help Maria. It was all with the intention.
Good intentions.
Which was all done with good intentions.
Yep.
With good intentions. And we know that most people understand that, but for those who don't,
just a couple,
those
just
who don't,
a handful.
Just a handful.
Yep.
That is what it is. 9:44 is the time in the studios. We can take a couple of calls. Maybe you can put on a pair of headphones. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097. The overseas line is 305-432-9624. Let's say good evening to this person on the line. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, please.
Love alone. Yes, I can.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Which one of the Benjamin is your grandfather?
Which one of the Benjamins is your grandfather?
Patrick Benjamin.
It's my granduncle.
I think so. They are from Denis Laroche, Pat. Yeah. Who's that?
Horan.
Horan is my yes.
Okay, so can you go ahead with your contribution, please?
I think, it only says you change. You are doing this because you went to Tilton and Martin, the spoiler.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution. We're not going to go down that road at all. Good evening. Hello? Yes, good evening. Hello? Yes, go ahead, please. Hello? Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Is there an issue with the telephone lines or something? Go ahead, my dear. Let's try again. Hello?
Hello, yes, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rosalind.
I'm calling into the show tonight to commend Mary Benjamin, Level Charity, for all her great work that she has been doing, and her work with Yellow, as well. For to support her work, her charity. I have been actually helping her out, helping other situations. But I really, would like to see in Dominica that she gets some kind of support from the businesses and even the government, to have some sort of rehab center in Dominica or a rehab situation so we could send Yellow out of the island. Most likely, I think the best place would be somewhere out of Dominica because Yellow knows Dominica so that she don't try to escape, from the rehab. It is very sad though that, in Dominica, this lady has taken on this rather a burden, but she took on this big, team to help this lady, and no one lent a hand, no one reached out to lend a hand to her, except her friends who have sent different things to try and assist. But it's a shame and it's very sad that this happened in Dominica, in our lifetime, and no one helped. So I really hope, people listening, or the government listening, I'm sure they're listening, that they can put their heads together and give her some support to take care of this one individual. And let it be a start that we could take care of this one individual, Yellow, and see how we can get her back on her feet. That's my contribution to this program. Mrs. Ross and Sarah McLean, and I'm glad to listen, and I'm happy that you have Mary on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rosalind, and God bless you, and thank you so much for support.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Are you hearing me properly?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Hello?
Loud and clear.
Okay, I'm listening to your guest, Mary Benjamin. Mary Benjamin, for serving to people and country. And I want to tell that it's not man that is going to whatever, but the creator Jehovah God is going to reach out to her. Because Psalm 91 tells you, you shall call upon me and I will be with you. I will Jehovah God was written in Psalm 91. You shall call upon me and I will assist you. So the work that she has been doing, we want to say thank you in a very special way. And so then I want to congratulate you, I want to thank you, I want to congratulate because these people are showcasing their talent, these people are picking up their mind, these people are showing what it is. So I want to commend you for that opportunity to the privilege and the authority to speak up and to show what they have done and what they continue to do. And I want to tell Mary, thank you so very much. Thank you and God bless you.
And thank you as well for your support and your contribution.
Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Okay, that was the overseas line. Please feel free to call us back. Local line, good evening. Hello, good evening. Can you hear us? Yes, good night.
You saw me, Lou?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Mary.
Yep. That's all?
Roseau South.
Hi.
From years ago. He's done a very good job, Mary.
Thanks a lot.
Number is 225-1257. I want to help you in your voice. Oh, that's very good. 225-1257. James Anselm from Kingshill.
225 what?
225? No, give us your number again. 225-1257. Thank you, James.
Thanks a lot, James. And God bless you.
Okay. Hello, good evening. Overseas line.
Good evening, Fred, and good evening to Mary.
Hi.
Good evening.
Well, I cannot say nothing about Mary than the lady heart is bigger than Dominica. Knowing Mary personally, Uncle Maggie, she has the biggest heart you could get. And I just want to tell her thank you for trying her best to help Yellow, because we are all women, you know, and it's sad to see Yellow went back to this condition. So we need to come together, home and abroad, the government, the Women's Bureau. We need to come together to help Mary along with Yellow, so Yellow could get the help that she needs. And we cannot do it back home. We got to send her out of Dominica in order for her to get better. It's just sad to see she's going through that. But Mary, you know who's speaking, this is your friend in Houston, Texas. Do good work and get a good work continue.
Hey, what's up? I love you too. Love a little smile and watch it.
All right, thank you so much. 449-3095, 449-3096, 449-3097, overseas 305-432-9624. Good evening. Hello? Hi, good evening. Hi. Hello, Wapo. Go ahead.
I like that touching story of yours. It was really touching, and I think that's very deep. And I just feel like sorry to see. They say we get married, you know, we go viral with all the dance and nice. So sorry to see her like that. But then it's life. You did your best, and you're still doing your best. So just want to encourage you to just continue to do what you do. You know, your reward is everything, you know. Anyway, have a good night.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you, Wapo, and thank you to those of you who have called to contribute to the program. We can still take one or two more, so you can give us a call, and let's encourage Mary One. But like I think it may have been Rosalind or the other caller who said, let everybody come together to help her. If it means we have to start with Yellow, we start with Yellow and we take it from there. But Mary made an important point in that 3 months may not be sufficient. 6 months may not even be sufficient. It may even have to be a year.
Yeah.
A year or more,
A year or two,
a
yes.
year or two, or more. And, we have some other, persons who need that similar type of help. And, our good friend, the very talented Franklin Moses, I met Franklin in town a couple of, maybe about a week and a half ago, and I stopped, he was just outside of Republic Bank there. I stopped, I had a conversation with him. I got him something to eat, I gave him a little change. And I said to him, he looked at me and he said, Fidance, I need help. And my immediate response to him was, which I don't know maybe if it was the right response or not. And I said to him, but Franklin, you got help. We helped you. What happened? And then his response to me was, when you understand what it is to be bipolar, then maybe you will understand why I am where I am today. And we really need to do, I know we've helped. I know, there was a radiothon done. I know there were things done. People contributed, to get Franklin, for example, into rehab. But what do we do? Do we just give up on our people, or do we, people fall a couple of times. We know that, right? You rise, you fall, you rise, you fall, you rise, you fall. And even as normal human beings, we rise and fall, So much less for those who, to some extent, may not necessarily have control over when they rise and when they fall, because, there is something greater. Which probably controls the mind, controls the thinking, controls the actions, So we have to start somewhere. And if it means we start with Yellow, then if it means we have to do a GoFundMe or something, we need to do something.
Yes, I agree with you 100% because everybody has a story. You remember Ugly Lady?
Yes.
They had a story and nobody listened.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Yellow. Let's start with somebody. Let's start somewhere. We are Dominican. We are Dominican. Let's just give the love alone. And a little is a lot. A little is a lot. All of us can come together and get it done. We all will be happy in a year and 6 months.
Good evening. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, good evening, good night. What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Dion.
Hi, Dion.
I'm good. I just want to say
Good evening to Mary, and I appreciate what she doing for Yellow. And you can imagine if each of one of us do our part to help, how far it can go. But you know, with her situation, and I just heard you with Franklin, there's more to it that's going on right there. Like you said, bipolar, but there's more to it. When you don't have knowledge of self and what's going on, there's more to it than that. So we just have to seek, pray, and hopefully someone will come. Because that's like more like a spiritual thing that's going on there. I mean, it takes forever to explain, but I've come across a lot of people with those situations, you know. But we just got to do what we have to do to assist them, make them comfortable the best way we can, you know. And I just want to tell Mary I appreciate what she's doing for Yellow. And anytime I got the information to the charity that she got, you know, so we take it from there. Any way I can help, you know, we can do it.
All right, Dion, thank you so much for calling and contributing to the program. So, Mary, I think this is a good opportunity to give your contact information, your contact details, for anyone who would like to assist you in taking this on.
Yep. My contact number is 767-315-0425. I repeat, 767-315-0425. Feel free to call. You're always welcome. A little is a lot, and love alone can make a difference.
I need you as well to share your mobile banking contact details if anybody wants to continue supporting Yellow, because you still continue providing support to her. You help her in whatever way that you can once you have the means to. So you give your mobile banking details and for your charity as well, in case anybody wants to make a contribution to the Auntie Mary Love Alone charity. So give that information as well.
Yes, the account number is 1000-8747. It's a national bank.
Yes. Okay, just the do you have the username? So it's the same number?
Yes.
Is the number connected to the account?
Yes.
Right, okay, so we got that. We're gonna take our final caller for tonight. Good evening. Hello? Hello? Go ahead, please.
I remember from Serbia, I'm a Serbian, so I called to give a telephone base for taking Yellow and make her look like some money.
Okay, all right.
Right now I think so now.
Yes. So,
Passenger there should be nice.
okay, so that's why we're here. All right, thank you for calling.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. So that would have been our final call for tonight. So Mary, what it is that you would like to leave with us tonight as we wrap up the whole program?
Yes, again, like I say, wherever my voice can be reached, let's make a difference, and let's find it in our heart to forgive, to be less judgmental, to be more loving and understanding towards each other. And we are all Dominicans, and wherever you are, whether you're in Dominica or out of Dominica, find it in your heart to help me, help Yellow. Let's do it together. Together we can make a difference. And like I always say, Love alone makes a difference, and you can always smile and watch it.
Smile and watch it. So Mary, thank you. Thank you for agreeing to be here tonight without Yellow, and we explained earlier why we were not able to bring her to be part of this discussion. We were here 6 months ago thereabout, and we are here again this evening because things have changed, but we want to go beyond that and see how things can be done to assist her. If somebody wants to start a GoFundMe, of course, in a very legitimate manner, we can do that, to see how something can be done to assist her. If Mary feels it's too much of a heavy load, as somebody said, the Women's Bureau, some organization,
it's not heavy, it's okay.
Let's see how we can how we can assist Yellow to get her back to a good place.
Yes, and I'm confident with time as I get back to her again.
Yes.
She'll be on the show again. She'll love the show.
Yes, she does. She comes to look for me all the time.
She'll be like it.
All right, that's going to be a wrap on the In the Spotlight radio show for tonight. Thank you, Mary, for being here. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Q95. Remember, as usual, please follow our In the Spotlight radio show page. We want to really build the community there. We're just about 3,000 followers for now, 3,100, close to 3,200. We really want to build that community and to originate our shows from there. And we want to build our group fans base. Follow us, like us. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, whatever way that you can support. As I mentioned earlier, hopefully we should have another order of t-shirts, another donation of t-shirts to help raise funds for the show. And I'm grateful, somebody who supports, I actually screenshot the account and sent to the person and said, listen, I don't need to see that, but just a little bit of transparency, that the money is there. I use it for what I need to use. The other day I had a guest who needed a taxi to go home, so that was very easy. I could have been able to do that. I wanted to do something with GK the other day, I was able to do that. Things to promote the show, and that is the purpose of the money. So whatever contributions you make, it's for the show and its purpose. It is not for my personal use. Yes, I'm very particular about that. I'm very particular about that. So thank you, folks, for your support. You're just supporting the show and its continuation in terms of what we do, like stories like this that we share tonight. So God willing, we will be back here next week Monday, and we thank you again for your support. Until the next time.
Be safe and goodbye.
Yes.
We would love to hear from you. If you have suggestions of guests or topics and issues you'd like featured on